Chapter 11. When we got back, we found Mr. Yao at the desk, even though it was a Sunday and he wasn't supposed to come around until Monday. But that wasn't even the shocking part. The shocking part was he was actually answering phones. Now there was a sight I'd never thought I'd see. Dad turned to me and said, "You better go take over. I'm gonna go find Hank. There has to be a real estate agent out there who wants to work with us." Mom went back to her guest room to catch up on some work, and I ran inside the front office. Mr. Yao hung up the phone as I walked in. "Where'd you guys go? You've been gone for hours." He gave me an annoyed frown. "We were checking out the houses," I said, showing him the flyer of the house with the fireplace. Even though we weren't going to buy it, I liked bragging about it to Mr. Yao. He doesn't need to know about the hole in the roof. "Houses are a lot of work," Mr. Yao replied. "Like my garage. We were trying to do some renovation and now there's a leak." "Oh no." "Totally flooded. Smells like Jason's PE shorts cooked in vinegar." I wrinkled my nose. "Is that why you came over here?" "No, I came over here to see Jason," Mr. Yao said. "But he's too busy doing inventory to talk to me." He pointed at me and asked, "Where do you guys want to get a house anyway? You live here." "We work here," I clarified. With a shrug, I added, "And we want a place of our own." "Since when?" "Since my parents can't sleep." With a sigh, I told him about how there were always customers knocking on the window, even with the sign up. "That's great. That's how we make money," he protested. "We can still make money during business hours," I assured him. "We'll always be here first thing in the morning, just like Hank." "But what if there's an emergency?" Mr. Yao bellowed. "Billy Bob and Mrs. T will be here," I said calmly. They kindly volunteered to keep an eye on the place at night and step in if there were any crisis. Besides, we wouldn't be far away. All the houses we're looking at, they're only a 10-minute drive. Mr. Yao shook his head firmly. "This is not gonna work. The whole point of me hiring you guys is so you can be here." Now it was my turn to frown. "Well, we don't work for you anymore. We work for ourselves now." Mr. Yao shook a finger at me. "This is my motel too." I was starting to get steaming hot arguing with him, so I turned around and started for the door. "Where are you going?" he demanded. I ignored him and kept moving, even as the phone started to ring. "Mia, the phone!" Mr. Yao cried. "Answer it," I called back. "I thought it was your motel too." As I reached the door, I heard Mr. Yao pick up the call. I giggled as he put on his sweetest customer service voice. "Good afternoon, Kelly Vista Motel. This is Michael Yao. How may I assist your call today?" he cooed. I wish my Polaroid camera could record it. Mr. Yao had one of the softest, funniest customer service voices I'd ever heard. It was like listening to a polar bear singing a lullaby. I found Jason scrambling to unpack all the new restaurant tables his dad had ordered. "I don't know how we're gonna squeeze all these in," he said, wiping the sweat off his brow with a napkin. It won't be the same experience. It would be like trying to eat in line at the Space Mountain." "So tell him you don't want to do it," I urged. "Yet you like this place the way it is." Jason stopped moving. We put a couple of menus down on the hot curb and sat on top of them. He'll never listen. You know, he grew up in a restaurant. My grandfather owned a little Chinese place over in San Gabriel Valley. He was like you, working the phones every day while his parents cooked. I put a hand to my chest. Mr. Yao was like me? I doubt it. "Look, I found his old journal." "Where?" I asked. "In the garage, when I was helping my mom clean up the leak." Jason pulled out a little note from his back pocket. I unfolded it and read, Dear Diary, today this guy left a double A battery in the tip jar. Can you believe that? A battery. I tried putting it in our clock and it didn't even work. Mr. Yao had a tip jar? I shrieked. Jason was smiling. I know, right? Keep reading. My eyes started across the page. Dad said we should be grateful the customers leave us anything at all. In Taiwan, they don't have tips. I don't know if it's saying that to make me feel better, but we're Americans now. Everything we do is American, so when the customers walk by and ignore my jar, I feel sad. I wish they could see how hard we work. Dad's back hurt every night, and Mom's fingers bleed from peeling and deveining the shrimp all day. All I want is for my parents to make a lot of money quickly so we can go to Disneyland. Jeffrey in my class say they have churros that smell like Mickey Mouse. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I hope someone will leave me a big tip so I can find out. The next time someone gives me a used battery as a tip, I'm going to stick it in their soup. Michael Yao. I stared at the words, disbelieving Mr. Yao was me. All this time, I thought he was just a ruthless owner, but he had been through exactly what I had been through. My struggle was his struggle. Is there more? I asked. Jason shook his head. I'll keep looking, though there's tons of old boxes in our garage. I'll come help, I volunteered. Have you asked him about it? God, no. He never wants to talk about his childhood. He always changes the subject, Jason said. It's like he has post-traumatic restaurant disorder. I chuckled. The question's brewing in my mind. Did anyone ever give him a battery again? Did he ever go to Disneyland? I wish I could ask my former boss, all with the biggest question of all. If Mr. Yao used to be exactly like me, what happened to him? Hey Dad, Jason said then, and I looked up to see the grown-up version walking to our spot on the curb. I thought we'd go over the menu together for this week, Mr. Yao said, pointing to the menus under our butts and pulling out his reading glasses. Actually, Hank and I already did that, Jason said, getting up. You and Hank, I see. Mr. Yao frowned. But if you want, I can give you a sample tasting. You want to try this really great churro I made? I hate churros, Mr. Yao snapped. I scrambled to my feet. But you haven't tried Jason's churro. It's literally out of this, I started to say, but Jason cut me off. It's okay, Mia. If he doesn't want to try it, he doesn't want to try it, he muttered. Eyes down, he hurried to open the door to the restaurant. I'll see you at home, Dad.